Hero. Gorillas 2-1 winner. Um, well, it's been a while since I watched Don and Jay. Jim. Um, First of all, Jim, let me say, and I say this to most people, and it's easy to, as we near August 10th, it's easy to say summer is almost done, and I get it, but I mean, 3 solid weeks plus still of August. September is officially still summer until late September. So look at it like that. I get it because, I mean, August is here, and we look at like when August is over, that summer's over, but not necessarily. And you're right, Jim. It's been an amazing summer here in central New York. Like, amazing, actually. I've been loving it. So enjoy the next month plus of your camp and your boating. I know when it goes away, it's got to be depressing as hell. Jim, you didn't crush Eminem like I thought you might. Um, Jim and Jay both said Eminem was angry, but I get usually this song was the song was called Venom. Venom is to do with there was a movie in 2017, like a Marvel comic book Spider-Man. It's something to do with Spider-Man. Venom was the name of the movie, and that's from the soundtrack Venom. So he sings angrily. He's aggressive, but I guess near the end where he says, "I found the music your parents grew up listening to, like whatever that ruined your childhood." First of all right, now I'm gonna go over the place. Don, I mean Don. I mean, I try. I don't want to give you a hard time, Don, but to think that both these videos are awful. That's the most absurd thing you've said. You've said a lot of absurd shit in these reviews. That's the most absurd thing I think you've ever said. That's more absurd than submitting 2 national anthems. That these videos were awful? The videos were fantastic. They were amazing. I mean, I just have this image of you. I mean, you see it and you're like, nah, this is going to suck. And then you probably, the video's still playing and your mind is wandering and you're probably talking to somebody or you're watching CNN News because you hate Trump. So you're watching CNN News and you're just not paying attention. And you'll glance back and you're like, what's going on? And I guarantee you just check out. You check out, I bet, 20 seconds into the song, maybe less, maybe a little bit more. The, the Eminem video is so good. How was that? What about that video was bad? Just answer that. But then again, you're probably not watching this, or you've already clicked it off, or you are I don't know what you're doing, but I'm sure you're not watching this now. So, but if by some off chance you are, how are those videos? Because you picked Eminem because there was people in it and it wasn't animated. There was so much more than animation about that. The guy sitting on the cliff and the windmills and I mean, and I would guarantee that none of you, possibly Jason, watched the end of the Gorillas video when the helicopters just zoomed so loud, so great. The helicopters. To say both videos were awful, whatever word you used, it's not even an opinion that you're wrong. You're just wrong. The videos were amazing. If you don't like the songs, I kind of get it. Man, I felt good. What else did I want to say about that? Jay, I was wondering too. The guy rapping in that Gorilla song, was that one of the plugs? Was that plug 2 from De La Soul? Because it looked a lot like um, plug 2. I think it's plug 2 from De La Soul. Um, I was introduced to Gorillas 2015-ish. I know it was really late getting. I think they're really good. I think they're really, really good. You guys mentioned, except Don because he hated the songs, he mentioned the bass lines. The bass line in that, fantastic. And Jim, you said neither one of these songs is probably going to advance far. You know what? Probably not. I think I've had it. I think my bracket, like, I know we all get one in the final four, but I feel like the reviews of my songs have been very, very negative all season long. Like, I think it's because I won last year, and there's like some. You guys are probably trying to blackball me from repeating. I think there's a, I think there's a good possibility of that. Like, guys, do not let Bob win again. He had a huge outburst last time he won it, and I don't want to hear that shit again because it's like playing football in the mall. I didn't like that he got pumped, and so don't let him go back to back. So, and again, it's always a risk. It's always a risk picking songs that people aren't familiar with. So I guess you just got to keep it safe, and I get it. Keep it safe. I'm coming on. I think next. Do we all have one more to go after this clip? Are we going to do a Zoom? We're going to do a Zoom for our brackets? I think we should do a Zoom. I mean, I don't know what else. Jay, it sucks about your tooth. I had these back teeth removed about 15 years ago. That's what's happened. They're just crumbling. And I hope you don't have to have a root canal. But from what I hear, in 2020, 21st century, I feel like they've had, they're very advanced and it's not as painful. I think Mom had one, a couple of my friends, and it was never as bad as I thought it would be. So hopefully, if you do have one, it's not as bad as you think. What else? Don, you mentioned some baseball. I think the A's won their, was it 8th straight today? They're tough. I'd love to see them win it. I do agree about their uniforms. Every uniform they wear is very solid. They've gone back kind of like the swinging A's of the 70s with those forest green jerseys. Well, not so much the jerseys, but the helmets. In the early 80s, they went to like that darker green, and they still wear those, but they wear that, like they call it forest green, and it is very sharp looking, and I agree with you with the Blue Jays. Here's what I'll say also. Baseball uniforms in the early 80s, and Jay and I talk about this, so many powder blues. Phillies, Cardinals, Twins, Rangers, of course your Royals, but they are blue. Blue Jays, and it works. It works with everything. I love the baby blue, powder blue, whatever you want to call it. It's just so sharp. So I would pick Phillies or Cardinals probably, or the classic Dodgers. The Dodgers with the red, the little ounce, the little piece of red with the blue cursive Dodgers, so good. I guess that's about. Oh, so I went to a graduation party today. Joyce Howard. I went with Mom and Dad, Jacob and Diane, and just classic dad statements. I mean, it got to a point where it was just me, Mom, and Dad sitting at a picnic table, and it was like fucking Don Rickles with the one-liners coming from our dad. Because they had a swimming pool, they had all different sizes, shades, shapes of asses, and every now and then you're, ugh, or you're, wow, and or someone had tattoos, and some of the kids have some crazy hairdos. I mean, I think Dad still just expects everyone to have a flat top, a high and tight, whatever you call it. If there's someone, oh God, it was comical. Oh, tattoos on that. There's a woman there. She's probably in her mid-60s, and she had tattoos on her legs. And he said, she probably got those tattoos when she was a kid, and I bet she's regretting it now. And I just had to say, Dad, I bet you those tattoos are 2 or 3 years old. And he made a face like, why would somebody in their 60s get tattoos? and I guarantee they were pretty fresh. Not fresh as in good, but fresh as in new. And he wasn't buying that. Nah. In his mind, there's no way somebody over the age of 30, 40 would ever get a tattoo. Whatever. It was actually a pretty good time. And what else? So that's where I was after I got out of work. Just had good hanging out with mom and dad. I was in Canastota, so it was a nice drive. And that's about it. Nothing's going on. I work weekends, so I'm off Wednesday, Thursday. So that's my weekend. Anyways, so I get it, guys. Not a great picks, but I love those songs. That Eminem song is so good. Like, do you guys listen to the lyrics? And I get it. He usually is angry, but this is just an aggressive tone. It's called Venom. It had to do with the Venom movie. So, and I'm not trying to preach, but that's, and I get it. He does sound like, but he's so good. He's so good. He's amazing. All right, guys. I'll see you later. Good night.